How to fill the RC 151 form. Welcome everyone. In this video, we'll guide you through the process of filing out the RC 151 form for submission to the Canada Revenue Agency (CRA). So let's dive in. By the end of this video, you will find answers to some of the general questions related to RC 151 form, like what is RC 151 form? To whom it is applicable? What information you need to gather, when should you submit the form, and where will you find the form. Firstly, let's understand what the RC 151 form is. This form is used to apply for the goods and services tax, harmonized sales tax, GST, HST, credit and climate action incentive payment for the year in which you become a resident of Canada. Since Canada witnesses a substantial influx of new immigrants each year, for these individuals, a primary consideration upon arrival is their eligibility and application to CRA for the GST HST credits. Because many immigrants initially experience lower income levels, securing the GST HST credits serves a crucial financial boost for them immediately after landing in Canada. This slide displays snapshots of the main pages of the RC 151 form, consisting of the two pages where all necessary information must be filled in. This form is suitable for anyone who is a newcomer, students, or married couples with no children and become resident of Canada during the year. For couples with children, please use the RC 66 form. Now let's proceed with the step-by-step process of filing out the form. You can see on the screen that there are 5 important steps of this form. Each step has a specific relevance. We will look into those steps one by one and understand their specific relevance and what precautions one must take while filing out this form. So let's move forward. In the first step, fill your basic information such as name, social insurance number, date of birth, telephone number, address with postal code, and corresponding language and marital status as displayed in this slide. In case your mailing address is different from your home address, this form gives you the option to provide two different addresses. In case both addresses are same, just fill up the mailing address part and leave the home address fields blank. For married couples with no children yet, update your marital status as on the date you became a resident of Canada and accordingly select the relevant checkbox and specify the corresponding date. After becoming a resident of Canada, in case there is any change in your marital status, like newly married or remarried, or divorced, or separated, or widowed, you can select appropriate checkbox in the second line and fill the date of change. Moving on to the step 2. It pertains to information about your spouse. This section asks for the information related to your spouse's name, social insurance number, and date of birth. Now, in case your spouse is living at the address which is different from your address provided in step 1, maybe due to some studies or for some job purposes, then you should provide your spouse's or common law partner's address in the box here. However, if that's not the case, then just leave it blank. Also, if you're a single, don't bother about this step. Wait for you to get married. Step 3 focuses on your residency status. There could be two possibilities in this context. First is if you're a newcomer or coming for the first time to Canada, and second is if you're a returning resident of Canada. For first scenario, fill in part A with the date of landing in Canada. Date of landing is the date when you landed in Canada and became a resident of Canada. For married or common law partners, both the partners must provide their date of landing. Of course, if you're traveling together, then the date would be the same. However, this could be different as well in case you landed on different dates in Canada. Now, for second situation, in part B,
This relates for those who happens to be the residents of Canada earlier, but somehow they left Canada and now they are returning. So in this case, you must provide some additional information in part B, like name or province, territory you and your spouse resided before leaving Canada, date you and your spouse became non-resident of Canada, and date you and your spouse became residents of Canada again. Note, if you're single, you can skip the spouse part.
Moving on to the step 4. This relates to the statement of income, one of the most important steps of this entire presentation. As per the Canada tax laws, the benefits are calculated based on your last year's income. Now, since you're a newcomer to Canada, the Canada Revenue Agency (CRA) does not possess any information about your income prior to your date of landing. Here comes the importance of this form. Through this form, you are informing CRA about your past income, which will provide CRA the basis for calculating and providing you the benefits of GST, HST, or Climate Action Incentive, and others. Accordingly, now, as a resident of Canada, you must provide information about your income from all sources, whether earned inside or outside of Canada. In this step, fourth section of the form, make sure that your income is converted and filled in Canadian dollars. Currency conversion can be done based on an estimated market prevailing currency conversions rates. Further, there are three subdivisions of this income information. Section A relates to the income you earned in the year you became a resident of Canada. This were drawn from 1st January to the date when you became resident. For instance, if somebody landed in Canada on 5th May 2023, so it means they have to report the income earned from 1st January 2023 to 4th May 2023. In section B, you must provide your income related to 1 year before you became a resident of Canada. That is, for instance, as per our example, the income earned during 1st January 2022 to 31st December 2022. And in section C, you must provide your income related to 2 years before you became a resident of Canada. That is, for instance, as per our example, the income earned during 1st January 2021 to 31st December 2021. However, please note that Section C applies only in cases where individuals or persons who became resident of Canada between 1st January and 31st May of the year you entered in Section A, that is, year of landing. For instance, as per our example, the date of landing is 5th May 2023, which is after 31st May. So accordingly, you need to fill Section C with income of 2 years before the year of landing, that is 2021. In case your date of landing was on 5th June 2023, which is before 31st May, there is no need to fill up Section C. Leave it blank. Accordingly, you provide only the information related to 2023 and 2022.
Please note, in all section A, B, and C, if you are married or common law partners, the income information is to be provided for both. If you are single, you can skip the spouse part. Finally, the last step is the certification part. Although the information provided is assumed to be true, you and your spouse must sign a declaration and put the date of signing. This is necessary as the information is collected under the relevant provisions of Canadian law. Finally, we hope you found this video helpful and all the FAQs highlighted at the start of this video have been answered and explained during the video. For any further questions and concerns, you can connect with us through various sources provided here. And if you want to get more information about GST HST credit, then you go to Canada Revenue Agency website, which is www.canada.ca/en.html. Before we sign off, if you liked this video, hit the like button below. And for regular updates, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for other related videos and similar information. Bye bye and stay tuned.